How's everybody doing? We're doing pretty good over here. We're going to talk about today's events. I'm just going to keep the camera on me. You'll be able to hear the boys all talking together about what some of the things that we did today, some of the things that happened today, and so tomorrow Superior Court will open and we will be conducting hearings with regards to human trafficking and mail fraud in human trafficking. So, that's all right. Millie makes noise. Don't worry about that. Millie's good. I really encourage the public to get involved. This is for you. What you have not had is a court. You have been tricked and deceived. The circuit courts, district courts, federal courts, if they've got a gold fringe flag in there, that is an administrative court that has deceived you. You have been tricked by the public education system. This is generational. And none of the gurus are getting it right. Something went wrong. Tap to retry. All right, so signal just got interrupted. This is the kind of thing that happened at the post office. I've been hearing more and more about cameras being disabled in multiple areas across the common land. So this is just something we have to deal with. So where do we want to start? How about if you talk about some of the things that happened while you were out today?
Oh, we had a beautiful little ride. Stopped off at several places, and most places we were discussing about this court that we're having, and who and why we're charging these people, what the charges are, and basically proving their guilt. And we don't have to prove their guilt as much as they have to prove their innocence.
Well, at this point, we have the evidence, which is
Exactly.
damning. And so they have an opportunity to
Plead their
stand.
innocence.
They have an opportunity to stand and try to defend against the damning evidence. At this point, the evidence proves them guilty. Undeniable, unrebutable, undisputable, unless there's something I've missed. This is the reason for the hearing. This is for fairness. In a court of law, a court of justice, the outcome has to be fair and just. Now, it's unclear to me at this point whether the court will have paneled judges for the hearings tomorrow. The evidence is there's six, I believe it's six people who are called to appear. Their situations vary slightly, but the main component, the main issue is the issue, and their apparent covering for each other has only made it worse for them and implicated them further. So at any rate, the men were out today putting up flyers in Kalkaska and Traverse City. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so speak up loud so the folks can hear you, and talk about what you experienced today, what
Most
you did.
people were thrilled about finding out what we're trying to accomplish here. I mean, completely thrilled. Hopefully, we're going to have a good showing tomorrow. If not, it doesn't matter. We still have to do what we have to do.
That's correct.
And we explained to a lot of them that considering they live here and we don't,
Yeah.
that one of them should be here.
And what kind of response did you get from that?
They agreed.
Wow. Okay. And so, what kind of places did you post the information?
A lot of places, stores, businesses, a lot of places where people come and go, poster boards,
Gas station.
farm cities, gas stations, you name it, farm stores.
Nice.
We've been all over, like a prostitute on a Friday.
Nice. It'd be interesting to know how many of those are still standing or have been taken down. So you also found a way to reach out online through Facebook. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, within an hour, within him being accepted in the group, I went and made a post about tomorrow
Speak up.
with the paperwork that is about tomorrow and what it is, timing, and everything else. Within an hour, no one could comment. I couldn't answer people back. And next thing you know, the post is deleted. Evidently, the admins of the group have a problem with it.
And from there, you had an outreach, and then that opened the door for you to do a little digging. Tell us about that? No.
Nah, don't touch that right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just say I know who he is and what he did and what he drives, considering he drove past.
So there is interest. There's fear. There's fear from those that know that the people are standing and that their game is over. And so the fear is switching from the oppressed people, the slaved people, to the oppressors. So as I have talked about in recent talks, the property near the road, off the postal road, I am giving space for you, for your court, for your court. You have a court of law, not assumptions, presumptions, not a gold fringed flag that has a spear on it that means war, or wings up or wings down that means Vatican or banking. All of it's enslavement. All of it's a fraud. All of it's a disgrace. In every county, we should have a superior court. My goal is that this superior court that I've either reestablished or established gets moved to 605 North Birch Street, and that circuit court and district court are shut down as they should be. All you have to do to know that they should be shut down is to end Executive Order 13818, which is for the seizure of all assets of human traffickers. That's what those courts are. They're administrative courts and they're human trafficking you and yours, all of us. So, doing some work down there, clearing things out. I wasn't down there. Something happened, and I missed it. What did I miss, guys?
Oh, just a little airplane flying over.
We had a private.
Yep,
Airplane or helicopter?
military helicopter.
Military helicopter.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what kind of military helicopter? With a big gun?
Yeah,
Black Hawk.
Black Hawk.
Black Hawk. And how close would you say it was to your vicinity?
Slightly over the treetop, maybe about 1/16 of a mile away, which would put them directly over the road. So they were very close.
Directly over the road and at treetop level.
Treetop high.
Wow.
By the time they went over, I'd say maybe 7 or 8 trees. We couldn't see the craft anymore.
So you wouldn't consider that to be a typical military maneuver?
No, that was not 300 feet.
Not that low over a residential neighborhood
Mm.
area. Residential residing houses.
So you see, I'm so glad that they had that experience, because yes, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was yesterday. These men went out on an errand, and while they were gone, I heard helicopters approaching, and I heard them for a long time, and I definitely had time to get my camera out, but I wasn't thinking about that. And then they're coming and they're coming and they're coming. I hear them. They're getting closer and closer. And all of a sudden, right over the tops of the trees, is this gunship. And a little bit to the south of me. Not much. I'm talking maybe a football field, 2 football fields to the south. The next one comes directly overhead. And then a third one further out than the first one, a smaller helicopter about half the size, and it had a red flashing light flashing. And I was just cheering like this, and I thought one of the fellas was down there working on clearing the weeds out and stuff, so there'd be room for the people to stand. But no, he rode into town. They rode into town together, and they missed it. So for me, describing this to them, it's like, well, there are military maneuvers, and we've seen crafts around, and I'm saying, no, this was right over the treetops. This was definitely a acknowledgement, from my opinion. And I think, now, how do you guys feel about today? You feel that was an acknowledgement, or you feel that was a warning, or what do you think?
I can't place it as either a acknowledgement or a warning. The only thing I could say is they were out here, and that's normally not found in this area.
I could say they won't be back after seeing my ass.
Yeah, he gave him a military salute.
I'm only learning about military salute, so no disrespect to anybody in the military, by any means. So, very interesting to be having these military flyovers after just, I want to say maybe 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that. I believe I had another flyover from the Coast Guard in Big Birds. They were low and slow, and they were flying south to north. And the first one came by a little bit west. The second one came by directly overhead. As it flew off into the distance, it started rising and making a left-hand banking curve, a very obvious banking left-hand curve in a climb. I got excited then. I felt that was a flyover. About a week previously, there was another incident here. It was a couple of twin engine pontoon planes, and they were flying formation. And they were all gray, just like the two big birds were all gray, but they had a red tail. That, and very shiny, very clean, like rolled right out of the factory, clean. And at first I was puzzled as to, you know, but then I think that's Coast Guard colors. I'm thinking that's Coast Guard. So I believe that here at the home of the Superior Court for the Kalkaska-County, of the Kalkaska-County, had 2 Coast Guard flyovers and 2 military flyovers. So I can just report that. We'll see where it goes from there. What else you guys got to say?
Do you think that was Coast Guard?
Coast Guard's white. Gray is Navy. I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, gray is Navy. Coast Guard's white.
I've never seen a
I know
gray
Coast Guard
Guard
is white,
plane or
but they
helicopter.
have another color on there.
Even their rescue choppers are orange, like straight orange,
Well,
straight orangish red, something like that.
it's interesting. There's no doubt about the military flyovers and the big guns.
Oh yeah, they're definitely.
Oh yeah, you
big
can't
ones.
dismiss a Black Hawk with a 50 cal hanging out beside of it.
Yeah, it's kind of threatening, but
Yeah,
in a good way.
at least I know. At least I know it'll be over quick, you know.
And when the 3 birds came in, they came from the, it would be west, flying in the direction of the village of Kalkaska. So I took note of that as well. All right, well, I think we'll wrap it up with that. And tomorrow's videos are most likely going to be upload videos. There is no good service down there. So unless something changes and the military somehow does something and gets a signal for us, we'll be uploading the videos. We won't be going live. So, all right, everybody. I love you. God loves you. Do you love yourself? I hope so.